Hello everyone, we are from Team 8 and today we are going to present on the case study about Parkway Nursing Care. Firstly, my name is Cha Qianyi and the rest of my team members are Liu Huiling, Yap Li Hua, Lo Xin Pei, Tang Guanjun and Wang Shichen. For the first question, according to the data provided by the Parkway Nursing Care's Human Resource Department, it shows that the data of the number of employee injuries, incidents per patient, certified absences and other absences per employee, and the turnover rate have increased rapidly from year 2000 until 2009. And the data also shows that the number of patients also have increased rapidly from 21,200 to 25,300 until 2009. And I think that these data are all interrelated and are connected to each other as well. Therefore, I think that there are reasons to be concerned about the company's direction because company direction acts as an important role in an organization because it plays as a guideline to make sure the organization is always in a good position and always in a correct direction. So this will also causes an organization to expand rapidly. As the organization continue to expand, the number of the patient will increases and this will increase the stress and also workload of the employee at Parkway because when the number of patient increases, there are too many patients they need to handle and this will indirectly affect their efficiency level as well. When the patient are increases, this will also causes the number of the injuries of the patient and the employees to be increased as well. This happens because nursing is a kind of job which is not easy and it requires a lot of physical strength from the employees because they will need to lift the patients from one place to the another place. The top management should organize some program and training to the employees, such as some team building activities to build out their teamwork and some training on proper lifting techniques to ensure that the safetyness of the patients and employees is protected. When the employee get injured, they will absent, and this causes the absent rate to be increased as well. When the absent rate increase, this will create a lot of stress to the rest of the employee, especially to the licensed practical new nurse because they have much more experience compared to the others, so they need to do much more care compared to the others as well, and they cannot simply take leave when they need to. Hence, top management should arrange a proper work schedule for each of the employees to make sure that everyone have a balanced work shift and have adequate time to balance their work and personal life as well. When the employee do not have a positive feelings toward their job, they will respond to dissatisfaction and this will causes the turnover rate to increase. Rewards also should given to the employees to increase their job motivation and to reinforce their job performance as well. Management also should always communicate with the employees to make sure that they can always analyze the reason behind why employee will quit from the job by measuring their job attitudes and always get feedback on the satisfaction level from the employees towards their job so that the top management can know what is happening towards their organization style and what should be changes to increase the motivation and the satisfaction of the employee in Parkway. That's all from me. I will pass it to my other team members. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Yap Li Hua and now I'm going to present the first part of question 2, which is the leadership strategy. The first one, transformational leadership. In Parkway, the leaders should pay attention to the concerns and needs of the followers. For example, the leaders can increase the schedule flexibility for the nurses because they need to take time off as they have children responsibility. As a result, they are satisfied and they would increase their performance in the end. The next one, Authentic leadership. The leaders in Parkway should practice what they preach and act on their values openly and candidly. For example, the leaders should stick to the idea of patients should be treated ethically and morally right. Therefore, the followers will consider them ethical and trust them. By this, the patient abuse cases will decrease gradually because the followers develop a strong, effective commitment in their leader. The last one, situational leadership. Each nurse in the pathway is having their own experience and attitude. Therefore, a leader who can choose different styles according to the competency of followers is important and needed. For instance, for those nurses who are able but unwilling to do a task, the leaders can encourage them to participate in the decision-making process. In short, a successful leadership depends on selecting the right leadership styles contingent on the followers' readiness. And I will pass to the next.
Hi everyone, my name is Liu Huiling, and next is about the leadership behavior. So the first consideration is the elements, then this focus on the concerns of the feelings, attitudes, and inputs of the subordinated. In the pathway nursing case, the nurses always get injured, so as a leader can use facilities like automatic carrying equipment to help the nurses so as the patients can be lifted and reduce the injuries of nurses and the communication problems. So the leader can have feedback from the nurses to remove obstacle. So next is the initiating structure. Leader can get the right visions with a goal mentioning a good quality of service to the patient so that nurses can achieve the goals together. Next, leader also can build a guiding team which combine the seniors and juniors nurses by placing suitable position for them. So a complementary relationship can be cultivated by learning from each other. The last element is trusting. Trust is a primary factor associated with leadership. When trust is exposed to the organizations, they are more willing to help each other and exert extra efforts between themselves. So lastly, motivating and training nurses to have leadership is also can cultivate trust. So this can facilitate the lead as everyone influence one another. Next, I will pass to Xin Pei.
This is the question 3, communication strategy. For the current situation faced by the pathway is ineffective management. This is because the opinion and the suggestion of the staff cannot be able to voice out. And the second situation is poor relationship between the staff. Means that the staff cannot communication between them, between the co-worker, and lead them away suspects to each other, either in positive or negative. Okay, so my recommendation for the pathway is use the communication as a function of feedback, emotional, and sharing. For the feedback, the management of the pathway should listen and accept the suggestion or idea of the staff to achieve their goals. The second one is emotional sharing, means that the staff can be communication and express their thoughts and feelings between them to prevent stress among them. The third one is information exchange. This used to decrease the gap between the staff. They might chatting, discuss, observe, or discussing about a problem. And furthermore, I also recommend the pathway to change their communication pattern from the direct communication to the lateral communication. This is because the employee can be discussed and to generate the more idea or solution to combat or solve the problem they face together. And this also can prevent the conflict and misunderstanding between them.
Hi everyone, my name is Tan Kun Jun. My metric number is 203496. Today I would like to present the question number 4. I talk about the major sources of job stress Firstly, family responsibilities. Most of the employees, especially the licensed medical nurses who are supposed to do much care of the patient, they complain that they cannot take the time off when they need to take care of their own children. And if they do so, the employees who is left, they have to take over the job and work extra. The second, health concern. The job itself is all about the heavy physical tasks. So some employees may face health concern like getting their backs, their arms or their legs hurt. The third, the work environment. As the company is focusing on filling the bags, the services provided may be neglected, and the complaints from the unsatisfied patients create stress among the employees as well. So in order to reduce the psychological strain for employees, the company can take strategy like better selection and recruitment for new employees. The selection and recruitment, they are important because it is unfair for the employees, for the existing employees who have worked hard for a long time for the company if the new employees are not responsible enough. So the human resource department, they must prepare a high quality interview section for new employees to ensure the good personalities of the employees, such as responsibilities and the willingness to do for some extra job during emergency time. And after recruiting them, make sure a high quality training is provided to them as well, so that they can have better understanding more about their own job scope. The goals, second one, the goal setting, motivation. I believe that everyone loves the feeling to be motivated, right? And the goal setting is that it acts as a motivation for all employees. And some employees, they may feel bored or get lost in their own job after they work for years and years. So the goal setting can help them to set a specific objective for them to work for. The third, giving hours. The company can consider to give hours to the employees who always show outstanding performance in different kind of fields, because it can help to create a fighting spirit for the employees to fight for the hours. And a lot of existing problem can be solved because some employees that they may be hardworking, they are rare, they're rare to take the time off for personal reasons, and they can receive hours as well though. So they will stop complaining, they will stop complaints for those who always take the time off for personal reasons. And after overcoming the psychological stress for the employees, the company can start to create a plan to reduce stress among employees, which is the work-life balance plans. First, the company can hire more employees. Hire more employees means that each of the employees, they have enough holiday to enjoy their own life. Increasing employees means the company has to supply more salaries of the employees, right? So the company can test a strategy like raise expenses slightly for the patient, with the promise to provide the better services to the patients, so that the patient can feel satisfied with the expenses and the services. The third, organize activities. The company can organize activities like charity runs to enrich the lives of employees, so that the employees will not feel that they only work for the work itself, and they can at the same time they can involve in the activities like charity runs, which may be beneficial for them. That's all from me. Thank you.